gonna say that the railroads or the laundry mats, because you know the Asians did the laundry back then too. You ain't gonna say that was fucking, black folks. No. Black folks didn't start doing laundry until like the 50s, 40s, 50s. That's when they had Big Mama in the house taking care of all the little white kids and doing laundry and shit like that. That's back then. But before that, it was the Asians. Just saying, man. It's just the way it was. Oh my God. And then you ever notice, this is silly as hell. Nobody ever questions who made them pyramids. Not a fucking person. Yeah, the Mexicans made it. Yep. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was total brain fart there.
Mexicans making pyramids.
Yeah. They got a new... I'm trying to remember where it is. They're calling it a mound at the moment. I believe it's somewhere here in the States. But they're saying that it's a pyramid and that they're going to start digging into it and shit. I don't know why. Like, it seems like it's starting, and I'm noticing getting a little bit more prevalent. The whole talk of giants and stuff is coming back. Like, it's in the Bible, and you can go into the Sumerian text and they talk about it and all that shit like that. But it was pretty much a fanciful point. But more and more, especially, remember when we talked about it on the one show about the Smithsonian was getting sued for destroying all the bones of giants and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, they're finding more and more now that there are certain people, especially like my dude I told you about who lives in Thailand. There's people allowed to talk, and get history from the Native Americans. Bless you.
Thank you.
There is plenty of evidence. Everybody wants to, they think that these giants were in the litter box. Yeah, there were some over there. But these giants is all over the place. Canada has a rich native Canadian, I don't know what the fuck they're called up there, but they're native Indians that were up there, have a lot of story and history about giants, and they believe that there's still a few floating around up there. If you look into a lot of Native American history, there are talks of not only giants, but of ant people and of aliens that look like, or they don't mention aliens, but like people that look like praying mantises and the lizard people. These aren't just stories that were made up, in our day and age or in the science fiction age. These were actual chronicled stories and myths and legends from these, natives that, they were ant people. I forget what tribe it was, but they said that the only way they survived this big destruction or this big deluge was because of the ant people. The ant people took them underground and, showed them how to live, build whatever the fuck underground, shelter underground so they could survive. And the flood there is proof. The one thing that the Bible is fucking truthful about was the flood. And that flood hit the world. It wasn't just the litter box. That flood hit the fucking world. And it's like I said, it's chronicalizing.
They did that shit.
And they're doing this to the climate already, this and that. Bitch, you gonna tell me the dinosaurs did something to make it cold? What did the dinosaur? What kind of car did the fucking brontosaurus drive that fucked up the ozone layer for the ice age to come?
I don't know, but it was pretty fucking big.
You know, was the Triceratopses farting too much?
Well, I don't know, they were pretty big, man.
I mean...
Well, from my understanding, I didn't see them, so I don't know, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm a firm believer. People think that more and more.
Yeah.
It may be sitting straight up and down right now, but if I start tilting it right now, by the end of the night, that fucking beer, water, whatever's going to be all over the floor.
Right.
That's
right.
the simplest way I can put that shit. So, I mean, you know, the different catastrophes. I mean, they are, your waters tilt more and more. The last UFO channels that they left on YouTube. YouTube scrapped. Like, it's very weird. They went from having, you know, all kind of shit on the reptilians and the Illuminati and the Anunnaki and UFO shit, and now it's like bare knuckled. You know, you get a few off channel, you know, UFO sites. You rarely see any Illuminati shit. I don't ever see Anunnaki pop up anymore. And when you do catch UFO stuff, aside from the few that they do let on there, it's like Discovery Channel, History Channel. It's like the media syndicated shit. You know, shit that you've heard and seen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But third phase of Moon, it's these two. I don't know, they look like twins. I guess they're brothers. They're in Hawaii. They're based out of, well, one I think is Hawaii and one I think is in California. And, you know, they take in the UFO videos. They kind of analyze them and this and that. And they kind of do other explorations and shit around the islands. But they've been, like, banging videos and special reports and shit for the past almost 2 weeks now. And the reason why I don't really jump on them every time, because they got a lot of, you know, they like to talk a lot and they like to throw a lot of other dumb shit in there before they actually get to the, you know, what the fuck they're talking about. And it's just, dude, I ain't got time for this shit. You know? Fucking say what you gonna say.
I got shit to do.
I mean, and they usually have good, compelling shit that, you know, they put out there, and they do, you know, their research on what comes out there. But they just, you know, they're like, well, yeah, we met with this guy, and he comes from a really nice town, and the town is over here, and this type of car. We don't give a fuck about the town. What the fuck did he see? That type of shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been, and it's like special reports. They usually put out a video maybe once a week, and to have like a shit ton of them in like a week and a half. Something.
How'd that go?
Now, I guess from what I gathered, just on the little bit that I got to read and hear on it, Trump, I guess, found out. Now, this is aside from his own Space Force shit that he started. He found out that the U.S. actually has a running, like it's not dismantled like they said back in the day. You know, we had one that was dismantled. UFO squad, like UFO research, X-Files type shit.
Yeah.
You know, that we do got some shit going on like that.
Yeah.
He said he just found out about it. So like, you know, they didn't want, you know, Trump didn't. They was like, fuck, he's gonna tell everybody, man.
Son of a bitch.
But they added, I guess, that information leaked to whatever news channel, of course.
Imagine that.
And the anchor Maria Bartonelova, whatever the hell her name is. She, I guess, was questioning the president on it, and I caught the ass end of it where she was just like, you know, aliens and UFOs, and, you know, Mr. President, are there aliens? Do they exist? Are UFOs a real thing? And now, in the past, every president has danced around this question. From Obama to Clinton to Bush to Reagan, all the way back. You know, ever since Truman shut shit down. You know, ever since the whole Truman days, you know, we did the whole disclosure, everything got, you know, all hush hush. Him and J. Edgar Hoositz or whatever. Hoover,
but, like the vacuum. Hoover.
And usually, like, that was the one thing I was kind of disappointed in when Trump won the election. You know, Hillary said she was going to let out all the UFO shit. And Snowden and Assange both said that on Hillary's email shit that was supposedly destroyed or whatever, all kind of UFO shit on there. It wasn't just about the kid fucking. You know, there was other shit besides the whole pedophile ring in there.
Yeah.
And her and Podesta had emails about otherworldly vehicles and soldiers and this and that are, you know, what the fuck you call otherworldly?
So wait a minute, I got a question. So I'm glad you brought up that whole email thing. So whatever came about, like, about the whole email thing.
Well, they're still trying to get at it.
Okay.
Hillary just won a Supreme Court, I guess, case or whatever to stop going in, or for them to demand any more emails or some shit like that, because she claimed that there was so many fucking destroyed. Trump claimed back in the whole Ukraine debacle thing going on that there's a server in the Ukraine that still holds all this information, that has all our emails. All of a sudden there's some more emails that Hillary's, you know, says that are there that didn't get destroyed, but she ain't letting those out. And she used the whole shit about Benghazi and it was over and this and that. So now, or you know, it was the case because Judicial Watch wanted it through the FOIA thing, and they said that doesn't apply under the Freedom of Information Act. Just horseshit. You know, the only way she got around that was because it was on a private server, which it wasn't allowed to be on a private server. So in her whole illegalisms, it got brought out it was illegal, but it saved her ass.
Alright. I was just wondering, because I haven't really heard.
The emails I'm talking about, that, you know, it isn't just, you know, now people, well, at first it was the whole Benghazi thing. But then, you know, you go deeper into that, you find out that she had all kind of shit with, you know, Epstein type shit in there. And then, you know, which took precedence over all the UFO shit that was in there. So, I mean, there's a lot of dirt in them fucking emails there. And speaking of, you know, they're just a little sidetrack there on the whole Epstein thing. Did you see the Giselle, whatever the fuck her name is, the chick who's in prison right now? She fired her attorney and hired, get this, Osama bin Laden's attorney. You gonna tell me that bitch ain't got... That bitch got more pull than the elastic in a fat bitch's drawers.
That's fucked up.
And you know, another thing that's being hush-hush, people just dying. They just dying again. You know, and they dying quicker than Hillary. You know, I think Hillary might be fucking scared. Because people are just dropping. Everybody who's part of this whole Epstein thing, looking into the whole Epstein thing, like the lower level people, the people who might, you know, open their mouth or whatever, yeah, they're just dying. You know, there was a judge. Somebody just walked up into her house, and they didn't shoot her. They killed her husband and her son.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, it was just recently. Because she was going to make some kind of ruling to let loose some kind of information or something on the Epstein case. I'm like, yeah, I think the old HRC might be sweating in her boots.
Just a little bit.
I mean, because that bitch is in one of the deepest, supposedly, she is in one of the deepest, darkest holes in New York. But if she could, if she could reach out and smack you in the fucking dick from in that hole, that bitch got some power.
Yeah.
And that, the bad thing is that isn't American power. That's NATO power. Because, on that flight log, they just showed, we got the American side of that flight log. Nobody said nothing about all them sheiks and all them heads of the fucking litter box and all the heads of the fucking UK. We got a Prince Andrew out there. Now, if it goes all the way to the crown, she gonna get less fucking time than, if any, than the fucking than anybody in this whole police brutality shit.
Yeah.
I
seen a post today on Facebook about Kyle.
Yep, I put it up there.
Oh, yeah, the one.
No charges.
Yeah.
Ha!
Yep.
Ha! Ha! And you know what I'm very surprised about? No riots. No protests. And you know why? This is my theory on why there's no riots or protests. Because now motherfuckers are like, shit, they're allowed to fight back now.
Well,
you keep wanting to fuck shit up. I kept telling y'all, these white folks ain't gonna be having this shit too much longer. There's only gonna be so much you're gonna be fucking up. Because if you look what they fucked up and where they fucked up, it wasn't quite hood, but it wasn't white folks land neither. Once you start stepping over, once you got them fucking, lower upper class people holding their guns in their front yard, oh no, you just sparked the racism again. The inbred racisms, the systemic racisms, you know how that shit starts? By turning the key and you gave a bunch of dumbasses the keys. Simple as that. These white folks ain't taking it no more, and boom, Kyle's the first fucking example. Now you gonna think you gonna go to any of these other towns and cities fucking up? No, because there's gonna be a fucking 100 Kyles waiting for you as soon as you cross into their city. There's gonna be Kyle and his grandpa and his daddy and his cousins. And I told everybody back then, everybody talking shit about Kyle, this and that. What'd you do? Yes, the fuck, I was talking to my boys. I wanted to go out there and do it. He had no business out there. Yeah, really? None of them had any business out there. Now, I can see if people in Portland were protesting in Portland. But you had motherfuckers from as far as New York in fucking Portland protesting. You have people from all over Minneapolis. No, bitch, you don't belong there. And if you gonna be there acting a fool, and you allowed to come across state lines with guns and weaponry, then a dude who wants to fucking protect his land or his people, whether he was asked to or not, you defend the homeland. It don't take my boy Greg to call me over to fucking with my gun for me to see somebody about to fuck his house up and me come down here with my gun. He might be mad there's some blood on the side of his house.
Yep.
Damn it, Mark, you ain't have to kill him. Well, they ain't getting your house now, did they?
Right.
Now look at your neighbors. They fucked your neighbor's house up. Sorry. We'll get a pressure washer next week. That killed me. Oh, these peaceful protests. Quit calling them peaceful protesters. They're riders. You know, we had a perfect example of the difference when there was coverage of what went on here in Youngstown. They showed it. They showed the transition. They didn't mean to. It just happened. All the peaceful people, the church people, and everybody. It was beautiful. I watched it. All of them walked out. They was all leaving on the, and then all of a sudden these cars from out of the newscaster was even like, well, there's some cars starting to pull up now. They're not from the people who were here. And from that point on, fucking windows were getting broken and shit was getting tossed in the roads. All that, but nobody wanted to show any of that. They showed fucking people trying to make it through this fucking crowd of folks, and they're running folks over.
Well,
I did see a few though across the country, and I'm sorry, I got no love for them. Because they were riders too. If you want to fucking jump in front of a car, I'll be the first one to tell you. If anything I learned from my mama, don't play in the street.
yeah, definitely one that stuck, that's for sure.
That goes right up there with both ways.
Yep, that one definitely stuck.
If you can't, Sesame Street, peligro. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Peligro. It means danger.
Yeah.
If you want to get your point across, do it on the sidewalk. It's like jumping on a train track and saying,
the train hit me.
Fuck the train. Stop!
Right there.
While he's running you over. Like, was there something out there? Did you hear crunch?
Yeah. What the hell was that?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. But yeah, Trump fucking, after the lady asked him about it, Trump came out and said, well, I heard about this 2 days ago. So I don't know if he was talking about the whole UFO organization or if he was talking about, they implied that he was talking about a UFO sighting. And if it was a UFO sighting and he's talking about it, then it had to be pretty significant. And he said that he was definitely looking into it, which no president's ever said it. And the closest thing we had to that was when Clinton said something about the alien bacteria that they brought back from, I don't know where the fuck they were at in space, and then that got all swept under the rug. You know about that shit?
No.
Yeah, we found aliens. It ain't aliens like people think, and who knows? You do whatever to whatever, and what it turns into. Evolution is evolution. People don't get. We started from fucking amoebas and shit. You start picking an amoeba from Mars or whatever. Give it 20 years, and now you got a xenomorph or some shit like that. Face huggers. But back in Bill's was it second, third year, space that now. Some people want to say it was some shit that was like a seaweed algae or something that was on the space shuttle on the outside, or they picked up on the space. No. The real deal thing is they went. I don't remember where they went, but they went to one of the moons or some shit like that, and they got this bacteria shit. They collected it up and they brought it the fuck back, and it was alive. If it was seaweed or anything else on the outside of the shuttle, just think about it, unless we're being lied again by NASA, burns up in the atmosphere. Everything on the outside of that shuttle burns the fuck up. That is the most sterile fucking thing once it hits our air in on the planet. Because that fucking thing is getting, like damn near as hot as the sun. It's not up there like that, but just, and then they're finding out that they're called extremophiles. You ever hear of those?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, back in the day, they used to, like, people who, like, looking through telescopes and shit, used to say they saw shit, like, it looked like, organic shit organisms, like, whatever the fuck, on the sun. Now, according to everything we know, the sun is way too hot for any of that.
Right.
Well, now that has been disproven. There are things called extremophiles. And what an extremophile is, it's an organism that could live in the most extreme of conditions. They've found these organisms living in lava, like alive shit living in lava. They have found shit living in...
Wait a minute, how the fuck are they finding this shit?
Just research. This is on Earth, the extremophiles
Well,
on
yeah,
Earth.
but like...
There's people doing research on it. I mean, I don't even know what sent them down this rabbit hole.
Man.
But not only that, but they have them that go in the extreme cold, and that can live in extreme cold. There are ones that could live in the bottom of the Mariana Trench, Mariana, whatever the fuck it is. Trench, the deepest point in the world, in the ocean. You know, that pressure down there is supposed to be so much that it could crush a fucking can, like, you know, you step on it, you know. But there's organisms down there living. You know, they are adjusted to that pressure somehow, some way. And you got to think about that. Like, and there's fish down there. These aren't just small organisms. Down there's like fucking, you know, tangible fucking like bluegill type fish and shit, you know, if not bigger shit. And you take it out the water, and that's just a fish, you know. So, what makes that so special that it can, you know, handle all that pressure down there? What makes that caterpillar or whatever it is that's living in the lava, you know, so special that it can live in all that? You know, like how, you know, and to us, we would think that that's like the hottest shit. You know, nothing can live in that, but there's extremophiles that could live with no oxygen. What are the tardigrades could actually live in space, and they actually talk about tardigrades in that movie Ant-Man when he goes to the quantum universe or whatever, where he shrinks down. Them things that are in the air that look like animals and shit, like, those are called tardigrades. Those are extremophiles. They can live wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's certain, like, if you want to call it viruses and bacteria and shit like that are extremophiles. That's one of the big issues that I see, and a lot of other scientists see, in the melting of the ice caps and shit out in the Antarctic.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't too worried about flooding because, you know, again, nobody ever said anything. You know, we're still missing ocean. No,
right.
You know, that just got, you know, we don't talk about that no more. We lost miles and miles of ocean, but we just don't talk about that. So I don't think, you know, I think maybe the Earth maybe sucked that up and said, hey, we're going to renew this shit. But, you know, you take some of these ice caps and these glaciers that have been there for fucking, you know, tens of thousands, maybe even millions of years, and there is shit frozen in that shit that hasn't seen our fucking air, our atmosphere in fucking millennia. What happens is, you know, one of them fucking things melt and let loose some kind of fucking prehistoric virus, plague, bacteria, COVID, and it just, you know, it mutates. It'll mutate quick, especially with all the horse shit that we got in our environment now.
Yeah.
So we'll be pretty fucked pretty quick, because, you know, the reason why we can come up with these cures and vaccines and shit so quick, and Trump proved that it, you know, all this horse shit about years and years and years to get shit through is just that. You know, Trump is supposedly a nobody, remember? Trump supposedly got no power, remember? But best believe that nigga got the cure. and he didn't lie about it to nobody. He ain't hiding it. He ain't pull no Charlie Sheen. He didn't pull no magic. He said, hey, I tried this, and this, and I'm good. You know, got vaccines pumping out. You know, and we ain't got to wait on that shit. You know, just like AIDS, they done had that shit for AIDS forever ago. The cure. A little girl came up with a cure for AIDS. I think it was Russia or the Ukraine, and she got shut down quick. Within a month, you didn't hear about that little girl anymore. You probably can't even find that little girl anymore. But you know what they do have now? They have a medicine for people with AIDS that once you take it for so long, it doesn't cure you. It doesn't get rid of AIDS, but it takes it down to the amount of virus that's in your system where it doesn't come up in a test. Therefore, you don't transmit it to anybody. So you're going to tell me that you can get it. We get you 97% cured. You still going to have it. So you still going to have to take this medicine. But if you take the medicine, you can do what the fuck you want. Again. So it sounds like, to me, you found the cure, and then you just backed it off a little bit, bitch.
Like, that's too much. Back it up.
You put a governor on it. That's all you did. You took the Camaro, and you put a governor on it. You took the 8-cylinder out, and you put a 4-banger in the fucking Camaro, you bitch.
Dude.
That ain't a Camaro.
Dude. Listen, I'm pretty sure there is a 4-cylinder Camaro, right? The new one, but it's turbocharged.
Oh, wee.
Yeah,
so another cylinder or two in air.
I don't know, man. They doing some pretty ignorant shit with these 4 cylinders, man.
Yeah, so did they on Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. You know,
No.
Puerto Ricans been doing that shit with Toyotas for fucking years.
That's what I'm saying. They doing some ignorant. I mean, it's getting worse now with the Toyotas and yeah.
And then they got the wheels all cocked, all fucking wonky sideways.
That shit just for the birds.
Oh, dude, I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I fucked an alignment up on my car before and had my wheels tilted like that. It didn't drive good.
Yeah.
It didn't drive good at all.
But it's all for show. It's like us back in the day with the biggest, fattest tires you could put on a car. You know what I mean? Without rubbing and shit. That was us back in the day. Now these cats are just, okay, let's put as tall wheels and, you know what I mean? So, it's a new thing.
Our cars look like Hot Wheels cars. Their cars look like Tonka trucks.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Remember the RC cars? They made like the monster truck type cars. You know, they use like the Corvette tops and the cool car tops, but then they just put this ridiculous lump of fucking wheels on it.
Right.
And they were shiny chrome though.
Big and chrome. Yep.
Just think, you gotta just wonder. First of all, you riding down the street in this fucking Tonka truck, and you get you a flat. Because not only do they want these big ass wheels, but they want this thin ass rubber around it. So you got no rubber around these wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when you hit a bump, not only is your rubber gone, but your rim is gone. You ain't got no spare. And
I'll tell you what.
If you did, you ain't got no ladder to get up in your truck to get your spare.
That's like them 22s I got sitting right over there, actually, for the Aztec. They got the real thin. It looks like real thin, but they got, you know, a little bit of meat on them, dude. I've hit some serious fucking holes in them things, and nothing's happened yet. But man, it's some of the holes I've hit in them things, dude. I'm surprised I ain't missing a chunk out of the fucking wheel.
And you feel it. You feel it. Oh my god,
dude. Like, oh my god. I just wow, just sent like shiver up my spine just now. Holy shit.
See, the worst we had to contend with in our day was you hit a bump and you scraped the bottom of your car. We had the low riders.
Either that or you were rubbing a tire in the fender well, you know, like on the outside. Right.
You weren't backing up into too low of a driveway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these ones you can get up in the front yard, but fuck if you get a flat.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't even really get a plug kit for them because the plug fucking thingies are so long. When you try to poke the plug through, you're only gonna get a fucking little piece of plug in that wheel.
Yep.
You know, that's why I had some fucking real deep dish fucking. Remember the ones I had on the old Explorer?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I wasn't putting no fucking little bit of no. I had some deep dish rims, but I had some meat on my tires, and they looked good as fuck.
Yep.
You know, that truck looked like a beast, but I'll be damned, especially with the roads in Camel back in the day.
Shit, that's like that Cadillac, that Coupe de Ville that I had, the white one, with the, I think, 14x7s on it. That was also the style back in the day. 14x7s or 13x7s reversed. Not anymore. Well, I mean, they still got the reverse style, but that went all to them fucking big trucks now. So you jack your truck fucking 8 feet off the ground, you put a set of 22s on it with a rubber band fucking tire.
Look, that screams little weenie.
It screams stupidity to me, but...
I mean, I can imagine, like, when I had my Dodge, you know, that was just a regular fucking, 2500. You know, Jackie had to fucking damn near jump to get in the fucking front seat.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having the fucking 36s, 22s, whatever the fuck. And then you on top already the truck's height.
Yep.
You need an elevator to get in your goddamn truck. What purpose? And the bad thing is I had a buddy of mine who had some shit like that. I can't remember what kind of truck it was. But he had this motherfucker so high up off the ground, you could walk under this bitch.
Yep. Well, I had,
And I'm like,
yeah.
What the bus? What the fuck are you doing here? You know, I ain't know you was swinging that little. And then that's women talking right there. You know, the bigger the fucking car or truck or whatever, the fucking little or the weenie. You know, I mean, fuck! Poor bus, something had to be wrong. You know, he had to have an inverted penis or some shit as big as this goddamn truck was.
Yep. Well, that's like back in the day, dude. I had a big ass truck. I had a old square body Chevy on 38s, and then I also put it on 44s for a little while. But you're talking tires, not like my rims were like 15s, and my tires were like 38s.
He had tires and he had up in the air.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that made no sense. Nigga, you live in Struthers.
See, when I had mine though, dude, I used to go in the woods and play every weekend.
A little bit of dust got on his truck and he had a goddamn fit.
Oh, hell no. I mean, dude, listen, by the time I sold that truck, dude, I actually washed it. Like, I got up underneath me and washed all of them. Oh, dude, you should have seen this shit coming out of this truck.
This was a pretty truck.
Yeah. This was a pretty truck, too, but it got fucking dirty.
Like, you couldn't even, like, this is one of them trucks you gotta wipe your feet off to get in. Bitch, I gotta jump to get in. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nope. Fuck that. No, my shit got worked. That's for sure. It got worked.
I mean, if you go make a purpose for your vehicle, then use it for that purpose.
I'll tell you what.
You made you a mudding truck, and it ain't seen mud. It ain't seen rain.
Right. No. Yeah, that truck definitely seen some mud. Never got it stuck, man. Never got it stuck. The only time I ever got it stuck is when I broke something.
So I liked about the Dodge. The Dodge never got stuck in anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have been stuck in plenty of even my Explorer, you know, and it got 4x4. But that Dodge, that two-wheel drive, let alone, I think maybe once or twice in like a stuck situation, I might have had to kick it in 4, and it just right the fuck out.
Yeah. No, that truck that I had, man, that's the reason why I got rid of it, because it was a motherfucker to get in and out of, dude. Son of a bitch, dude. And I'm a short guy. That shit just don't work.
Oh,
like, I even had, I made, alright, you know where the seat bolts down? I took 2 chains with fucking aluminum tubes and made a fucking ladder to where you can grab onto it and step up and get up in the truck, dude.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
And just pick it up and set it next to the seat, close the fucking door.
See, I got a fuck bar on mine. So you gotta time it right. Especially with bad hinges on your door.
Oh, yeah.
Because All right, what you got to do is with your left foot, you got to raise it while you push off with your right foot, and you got to, with your left hand, grab the fuck bar and swing your ass in. Now, you know I'll be getting fucked up sometimes.
I was just about to say, can you imagine explaining this to somebody while drunk?
No. Can you imagine missing while drunk? Woo, that don't feel good at all. Because one little slip of any of that process, and you're el fuckdo. And I made the mistake of missing the fuck bar. Which is the last thing. So you try to swing into something without the swing. You know what happens? You end up under the truck.
Yeah.
And no matter how drunk or fucked up you are still yelling, ah! Ah!
Oh, listen, dude, I couldn't tell you how many times we'd be down in the woods. I'm drinking and partying and hanging out with everybody at my truck's parked. Somebody run through the mud hole and get stuck. Like, oh, you gotta go get him. I got him. I fucking start running towards the truck, jump up in that motherfucker, fall on my ass about 4 fucking times, get back up in it. Oh, yeah.
Or when you miss that step, and especially, it gets worse the older the truck is, because then you get some rust there on the rocker.
Yeah.
You miss that step, and you hit the rocker, just skins all the way up the front of your shit to your kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you got the side pipe, you're totally going to shock because you just got a potato peeler across your fucking leg.
Right.
And you fucking lean forward, boom, there's your knee right there on the fucking little pipe on the side. That'll ruin your day like hitting the fucking the trailer hookup.
Yeah. The hitch.
When you hit a hitch.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that shit. That and my goddamn wheel lift on my truck. That motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker took out fucking the fat bastard.
Oh, yeah.
It took fat bastard out like a fucking freight train.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that fucking thing hurts. And then the best part about it is, even if I put it down on the ground,
yeah, you still.
Oh, dude, you kick it out. You kick that motherfucker, it don't move.
I've done it. Again, another Pappy detail.
Yep. Either that
I think that was a Rocks Fest when I fucking
probably.
Did that, 'cause I was wearing, I think, Crocs. And I hit that motherfucker, and I thought I lost 3 toes. Because you don't know, and especially in Crocs, you think you might have some. You know, I got shoes on. Bah!
Like, motherfucker.
It was like you stepped on the Lego and then shoved it in your ass.
And then put it under your toenail.
Ooh, terrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Oh, fuck, man. So, so according to the UFO community, by December, we're supposed to have some kind of disclosure. And I was wondering, it seemed kind of odd to me, and we'll end up with this here. But talking to this guy tonight, this professor on the Electoral College, he kind of proved my point that I've been saying for the longest time. And I'll like toot my own horn here, but beep, motherfucker. Again, if they jam up this election and there is no president called by December, the House of Representatives chooses the president. And in that interim, the Speaker of the House becomes the president. Now, that is Nancy fucking Pelosi. That is what I've been saying for the past fucking 6 months. You really think she's gonna let Kamala Harris outdo her? You really think so? She wouldn't let Hillary outdo her. Come on now.
Right.
And the bad thing is this I didn't know. See, Congress picks the president. But the Senate picks the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
So that means there's a good possibility that if that goes like that, it could be Biden, President Biden, and Vice President Pence, or it could be President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. How fucked up would that be? And I think that right there is what's going to jam up the whole mix and leave Nancy Pelosi in power. And once she gets in power, you know she ain't going to give it up. Talk about Trump ain't going to give up shit. No. She's the one that you got to watch out for. With that, guys, we're going to end up... shout out to, like I said, shout out to our new listeners, all our new followers.
Right.
Make sure you stay tuned. Friday, we got Full Album Friday with Scotty. We got Metal Monday with motherfucking Kenya back in the house.
Yeah.
We got Rap Tuesday. And once again, we got WTF Wednesday. Also, if you ain't doing nothing before the Full Album Friday show, we got the second round of the comedy show with the Eargasm guys. So check that shit out. Eargasm Comedy Showcase on Facebook, and it'll guide you wherever. So make sure you check that out. And check out the show we had earlier on the Electoral College. It was one of our better shows. Scotty eating anything weird this week?
I think so. I think he's... I don't remember, but I think he's doing another set of wings from somewhere else.
Woohoo!
So, I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to that. But I'll get back to y'all. You'll find out by Friday.
Fucking A. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned in. Shout out to all my haters. We love you. We love you too.
Right.
And support your local artists, your bands, your comedians, your whoever the fuck. Support your local peoples.
Anyway.
And,
like even their their live streams, all that shit. Support them however you can.
And I'm out.
Good night, y'all.
Fuck you, Legs. Hey yo, fuck you, Legs.